Hello, I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend and are ready for today's maths lesson. So today in maths we are going to look at, similar to what we did on Friday, but we're going to use counters today. Okay, so counters are the ones that look like these, place value counters. You will need hundreds, tens and ones, and I have got some that you can print off the website, or you could just cut out some squares of paper and write 100, 10 and 1 on them, and that would work perfectly fine. If you've got some different colour pens or crayons, it would be really good to write the 100, 10 and 1 in different colours, just so that you can easily tell the difference. Which different colour doesn't really matter, but it would be helpful if you can do that, but not essential. If you found Friday tricky, I would just try doing today's questions, but with base 10, so that you can still really see clearly that 10 ones is the same as 1 10, and 10 tens are the same as 100, because it's not so clear with counters, because obviously they're the same size. But this is the next step on. So have a go at making counters, and then let's have a look at some questions. If you were really confident, you could maybe just get some counters and have a go at the questions on the slide. And if not, I'm going to go through a few examples and remind you. So I'm just going to move the laptop so it shows the board. And you can see our group display in the background. So I think that shows the board. So the first calculation we're going to look at is 16 times 5. Which would be the same as 5 lots of 16. The answer would be the same as 5 times 16. So in my array, I can do the 5 on this side, the 1-digit number on this side, and then I can split my array into tens and ones. I'm not going to use a ruler for that, simply because I'm a bit worried I'm either going to hit the laptop or these cups. So tens and 1. So I've got 1 10 in 16 and 6 ones in 16. So I'm going to make 16 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will need 6 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And another lot of 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another lot of 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a last set of 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have got 16 5 times. So as you probably remember, we do the ones column first. So the ones column first. And do remember when you do these questions to do the column and the array. Okay? So 5 times 6. 5 lots of 6, 30. So you might count these. 5, 10, 15, 20. We're doing it in 6s, aren't we? So that's why that counted wrong. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. There we go. So it is 30. So if I've got 30, that means that this is actually 3 tens. So I can change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ones for 1 10. I can change another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 10 ones for another 10. Make sure you can see those. And I can exchange this 10 ones for another 10. Just going to move those out of the way over here. For another 10, because that is 30. So they will go over underneath that column there. And in 30, so when I look at this, there are 0 ones, 0 ones, and 3 tens. So that 3 needs to come underneath the tens column. Now, let's do the tens. So 5 times 1, and we know that 1 is actually 10. 5 times 10 is 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 5 tens. Add the extra 3, the extra 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. The answer is 80. 16 times 5 is 80. So let's have a look at another example. One that's a little bit trickier. And what happens if you have more tens than fit in the tens column? So I'm just going to tidy these up so that I have some space. And we're going to have a look at next the calculation of 3 times 45. 3 lots of 45. So 3 times 45. And with this, I know that I'd get the same answer as with 45 times 3. And in column method, we always write the larger number first. So 45 even. 45 times 3. So, let's make the number over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One set of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Two sets of 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 sets of 5. And I need 3 sets of 40 to make the 45. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 45 3 times. So 3 times 5, 3 lots of 5 is 15. 5, 10, 15. So in 15, I can have, there are 10 ones, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I can take that 10 and change it for an extra, for a 10. And 5 more ones. That 10 goes to there. 15. 5 ones and an extra 10 in 15. So I can then do 3 times 4, which we know is actually 40, that 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 40 is 120. 40, 80, 120. 4 tens, 8 tens, 12 tens. 12 tens are 120. Add the extra 10, this extra 10 here, and we have 130. So 3 tens and 100, because 4, 8, 9, 10, I can take these 10s and change it for 100. And I'm running out of columns, but there would be a hundreds column over here, wouldn't there? So that 100 is going here. So put that 100 under the hundreds column. There aren't any hundreds to multiply my 3 by, so we just put that 1 into the hundreds column. 45 times 3 is 135. So, year 3, I'm now going to move on to 3-digit numbers. So if you would like, you can pause the video now and go and get on with today's exercises, because you don't need to know the next bit until you're in year 4. Year 4's, what I'm going to do now is with a 3-digit number. So that means we need to slightly change our array grid here. Now these 2 main lines will stay the same, but this dotted one needs to change, because with a 3-digit number, I'm going to need 3 columns for hundreds, tens and ones. So put those in, and now I can have hundreds, tens and ones, and we'll try and fit them in. So we're going to have a look at 2 times 278. 2 times 278. So we have the 2 here, and then 200 and 78 in there. So let's have a go at making that and see if we can make it fit. So 200 and 200 and then 70. So 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. There we go. One set of 70, second set of 70. There we go. And then I need 8 ones to finish off 278. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And another set of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So as normal, we start with the ones column. 2 times 8, 2 lots of 8 is 16. 4, 8, 12, 16. Now that means I can take 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Take 10 ones and change it for a 10. And I've got 6 ones, put 6 ones in the ones column, and a 10 to put underneath the tens column over here. So the ones done. Let's look at the tens. 2 times 7 or 2 times 70 is 4. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 7 tens is 14 tens, 140. So with 140, an extra 10, 150. 150, there's 100 in that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can take these 10 tens and change it for 100 and put that 100 under the hundreds column over here. So they put the 100 under the hundreds column and 5 tens. 150 was 2 times 70. So now let's look at the hundreds. 2 times 2. 2 times 200 is 400. Add the extra 100 is 500. So we put the 500 into there. 278 times 2 is 556. So now year 4, that is how to use counters. If you are really confident year 4, you can move on and try to do these in column method without the equipment. And you could do that, most of you could do that by the time you finish doing this in school. So have a go at doing a few examples with the counters and then maybe try a few examples without any counters and see if you can still do it. Because it was a long time ago and it is easy to forget this. It can be a little bit, there's lots of different steps. But once we've got it, we'll be great. Okay, well have a go and as normal, send me an email if you get stuck. Okay, bye.